Hello, Sandy.
Hello, Liv-Else.
Hello, it's so nice to be here after all these years. And you just look just as pretty as ever.
Isn't that wonderful?
And so do you. We're so glad that you could come and stay
so
with
much.
Audrey.
Hi, all.
Hi, all, she says. Yes, it's wonderful to have both of you here together and visiting with everyone. So would you like to leave a message that's going to hopefully go on YouTube? So if you would like to say something to classmates that are not here.
I would like to greet all my classmates. I found that staying in friendly Faribault was such a good experience. And we've been downtown today and it's still very friendly town or city. No town.
Town. No
you know
cathedral.
the difference between the town and the city? A city has a cathedral.
Very good. That's a very good message. Tell us a little bit about yourself over. And you're doing what in Norway?
I've retired now. I used to be in teaching and then I went into administration and I ended up as a school administrator, as school superintendent in Norway.
Well, we're very proud of you for the Glory Class of 61. So thank you both very much, and please come back again and before the 55th.
It won't work. You can put your stuff right on here.
There you go. Let's see that. Come on.
Now, dear friends and classmates, Glory Class of 61. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so proud to be a part of the Glory Class of 61. And I'm honored to have been chosen or picked or whatever to make some reflections on that 1 year, my senior year, with you. Well, it does say quite a bit that I still have contact with my host family after 50 years. That does say a lot. So that must confirm the idea of AFS, the program that I was on. And that is to create understanding and thus preserve the idea of peace. That's the main idea of the AFS, to walk together and talk together. My first experiences were, of course, with the family, the Fullertons, a lovely, warm family that I came to stay with. They had 3 daughters and a son, and I then was the extra daughter. And I actually felt like a daughter that year. They were warm, friendly, and caring, and they gave me some advice. One of them was never to stop at a motel. My first date when I got to Faribault, that was set up, I think, before I came here. He was with the football captain of from 1960. I think his name was Leroy Jager. You remember him? Yeah. So he came then in his car driving up to the farm, the Fullerton farm. Rather short guy with crew cut. And I don't remember exactly what we did on that date. We probably went, what do you call those cones again? What do you play with? No, the cones that you throw the ball at. Then bowling. We went bowling. Oh, you're the clever ones, aren't you? Well, we probably did that. But have you been out in Rice County and have you, well, of course you have been, but have you been near the Fullerton farm and the area around that? You know, every country road looks much like the other. It did to me, and it did to Leroy. So when we had driven around there, and he got kind of hot in his head, I could see that, we stopped and called, and guess from where? from a motel. So we got directions to get home, and Mother almost had a fit. Didn't you, Audrey? Well, that was my first date. And then school started. I was so excited to meet my new classmates and my teachers. And they were all very friendly and very helpful. Both pupils and staff made me feel most welcome. Compared to my old school in Norway, the school was very different. You had these new, spacious, very fine buildings. And you had, in addition to classical subjects, you also have this very focus on sports. In Norway, that's out of school, it's free time, then you do sports. We have athletics, of course, but not the sports in that extent that you have. Well, and then school lunch. We brought our packed lunches to school. The school lunch was a very fine arrangement, I thought. But then there was also this silent dress code in school. Never wear the same outfit 2 days in a row. I caught on to that pretty quick. And I loved going to games, especially football games and basketball games. And I saw every football game. Then there was this 17th of May assembly. It was called Liv-Else Day, because 17th of May, that's our national holiday. So I was presented a leather jacket. If you saw me last night, I had, or at the Pepfest, I had the white scarf with a big F on it. I got that F in '61. So I wore out the jacket, of course, but I kept the letter in a drawer, and I always knew where it was. So Mr. Esterbrook had made lyrics to the song, and we sung it to the tune of Yellow Rose of Texas. And one of the lines was, she knows the fjords of Norway, that's where she learned to play, but all the forts have got back seats here in the USA. My school letter was awarded for being a good sport for 1 year for the season of 1960-61. I was very proud of that. Well, and then there was all the dates with other boys from our class and some others. And remember heckling? Do you remember heckling? We were out spying at the ones who were having dates, going for rides in their cars. That was great fun, but it was not fun to be heckled at. No. And do you remember the crazy stories of the one-armed man? Yeah, right. That was that time, about the heckling. So all the good girlfriends and parties, the slumber parties where you had one ice cube down your back if you fell asleep. Nice. And the card games and the hikes and the barbecues and the hayride and Halloween and homecoming and choir and rehearsals, choir rehearsals and choir concerts. Oh, I love them all. And the dances and the mixers and the proms and graduation. Oh, great fun. And then some unfamiliar foods like popcorn, root beer, corn on the cob. I'd never had that. And Basilius pizza. Do you know what the Norwegians said when you first saw pizza? Who got sick on my left side? And then going to the pictures. We went down to the new theater today and it was just beautifully made up. My first movie here in the States was Psycho by Hitchcock. And as we were sitting there, there was this huge bat coming over the audience. And we just screamed, you know. And I was so scared afterwards, taking a shower. I always looked behind the shower curtains twice at least. And then the next scary movie, or the next movie, was House of Usher by Poe. And there was this person being buried alive and trying to crawl or scratch her way out of the coffin. That was my second movie. And I thought, what country have I come to? But then the rest of the pictures were nice pictures, I guess. So, and then, of course, there was a presidential election, 1960. Nixon versus Kennedy. And of course, I kind of liked Kennedy because I thought he was quite good looking. And my family at the farm, they were Republicans, so they were for Nixon. And I remember what Dad said when he came down to breakfast the next morning after the election night. Then he said, "This is a sad day for America." And he really meant it at that time, anyway. Well, I also remember that was very, very special for me. You remember Mrs. Thurston? Yes. Yeah, very sweet lady. Well, by the way, she and Miss Carlson came to see me in Norway. And did you know that Miss Carlson, when she had retired, went to teach in New Guinea, Papua New Guinea? Far, far away. That was her after retirement job. Well, anyway, Miss Thurston, she asked me if I would like to go and see the inauguration of President Kennedy. And of course I'd love to. So we went to her house, that was at lunchtime. And I still remember we had Campbell tomato soup and Ritz crackers. It was a great lunch, and it was just so marvelous for me to be with a teacher to see it on President Day. Well, in all, thank you for giving me such a wonderful, wonderful experience that great school year in 1960-61. I guess my self-confidence got a lift by being chosen, both through the process of selection in Norway before coming here, and through the feeling of being unique that 1 year with you. And maybe I thus got a feeling of obligation to contribute to the idea of peace and understanding myself. I have been looking so much forward to this reunion and being with you, and you're all unique and wonderful, and I'm so proud to be a member of the glory class of 61. So, a toast to the class and to the wonderful reunion committee who has arranged all these lovely events for us.